In early 2025, the tech world was rocked by shocking news. Meta, one of the most influential companies in AI research, announced a massive layoff affecting core AI teams. Among those impacted was Tian Yuandong, a top Chinese AI scientist who had spent a decade at Meta and contributed to landmark projects such as ELF OpenGo and streaming LLM. This layoff, dubbed the Codeline Layoff, ignited widespread debate about talent evaluation, internal politics, and the future of AI at Meta. Rumors swirled that the layoffs were based on lines of code, LOC, leading to outrage across social media and industry circles. This series of events is not only a story about corporate restructuring, but also about the intersection of innovation, metrics, and internal power struggles in high stakes tech environments. For the broader AI ecosystem, the ramifications are enormous. Veteran talent exiting, political maneuvering within top AI labs, and a wake up call for other tech giants about how to manage research teams without stifling creativity. Today, we will explore the layers behind this layoff, the market and community reaction, and what it means for Meta, AI research, and the wider tech landscape. Tian Yandong, a highly respected AI researcher, publicly announced that he and his team were affected by Meta's recent layoffs. Tian is renowned in the AI community, particularly for his work in reinforcement learning and contributions to ELF OpenGo, Meta's research on board game AI, and the streaming LLM project. With over 18,000 citations, his influence in the AI field is enormous, making this layoff particularly shocking. The timing adds insult to injury. Tian and his team had been forced to pause other research in January to focus on supporting the Llama 4 launch. They completed this crucial work under intense pressure, only to face layoffs afterward. This sequence of events highlights the disconnect between operational contributions and management decisions within Meta. In public statements, Tian expressed his frustration, emphasizing that those responsible for internal problems were not the ones being let go. This sentiment resonates widely in the tech community, where there is concern that decisions may be increasingly driven by politics and metrics rather than merit or contribution. The layoff underscores a growing tension in high-tech workplaces, the need to balance performance, innovation, and strategic priorities, all while maintaining morale and retaining top talent. This first slide is critical for setting the stage. It introduces the human impact of the layoffs, contextualizes Tian's career achievements, and frames the broader narrative of Meta's internal turmoil. Audience members should appreciate not just the statistics or rumors, but the story of a decade-long AI career disrupted by corporate decisions. Shortly after the layoff announcements, the rumor that engineers were being evaluated and terminated based on the number of lines of code they produced went viral online. Internet forums and social media amplified the narrative, suggesting that researchers working on models rather than writing code were disproportionately affected. Additionally, new hires who had insufficient code volume were reportedly included in the layoffs. While the rumor captured widespread attention, experts caution that the actual performance evaluation metrics at Meta are far more nuanced, and lines of code alone are not likely the determining factor. Nonetheless, the story resonated as a symbol of misplaced priorities, emphasizing quantity over quality and raising ethical questions about performance metrics in innovation-driven environments. For the AI community and Meta alumni, this rumor became a rallying cry. Many expressed incredulity at the idea of judging talent purely by code volume, arguing that the most innovative engineers often produce elegant, minimal code that drives maximum impact. Even if the LOC story is false, its circulation illustrates the disconnect between management narratives and the perceptions of research teams. This slide emphasizes the viral nature of rumors in shaping corporate reputation. For the audience, it highlights how stories, true or exaggerated, can influence stock perception, employee morale, and public trust. It also sets up the context for exploring underlying reasons behind Meta's actions beyond surface-level metrics. The layoffs coincided with a broader restructuring within Meta AI Research FAIR and the AI infrastructure teams. In contrast, the new AI chief, Alexander Wang, and his TBD lab were reportedly untouched and even expanded with new hires. This points to the possibility that layoffs were not purely performance-driven, but rather a strategic power reshuffle, consolidating influence under the new leadership. FAIR researchers were reportedly required to get TBD approval before publishing papers, signaling a shift in internal authority. The layoffs can therefore be interpreted as a political maneuver within Meta, aligning teams with leadership priorities and consolidating decision-making power. This scenario underscores a key challenge in large tech organizations. Internal politics can sometimes overshadow meritocracy, affecting not only individual careers but also the trajectory of long-term research projects. For the audience, this context is vital. It moves the discussion from rumor to systemic understanding, showing how corporate politics intersect with innovation. It also raises critical questions for executives and board members. How can organizations maintain high research standards while managing leadership transitions without losing top talent? Meta's internal contradictions became evident in the aftermath of the layoffs. While long-term veterans were being dismissed, new hires were receiving multi-million-dollar packages. Reports indicate that new employees at TBD Lab earned up to 10 times more than senior FAIR staffers. The perception of inequity and favoritism is amplified by the fact that FAIR researchers laid off had built foundational projects that underpin the company's AI capabilities. Additionally, Meta's organizational changes were rapid and repeated, 4 major reorganizations in 6 months, along with the replacement of over 100 privacy staff with AI tools, raising questions about sustainability and strategic direction. Critics argue that automating judgment, particularly after a $5 billion privacy fine, reflects a misalignment of corporate priorities and values. This slide demonstrates that the fallout is not only about individual layoffs, but also about systemic management practices. The corporate culture of prioritizing optics and metrics over experience, and the potential long-term consequences for innovation. The audience should reflect on the broader lessons. What happens when organizational restructuring neglects institutional knowledge and undervalues veteran expertise? The immediate consequence of these layoffs was an exodus of top talent. Within hours, prominent AI companies, including OpenAI, xAI, DeepMind, and NVIDIA, reportedly offered positions to Tian Yuandong, reflecting both the scarcity of experienced AI talent and the high demand in the market. Some offers were rumored to be 8-figure USD packages with flexibility on research direction. This brain drain is significant. While Meta loses experienced leadership in AI, competitors gain immediate advantages. The broader lesson is clear. When metrics, politics, and short-term goals replace vision and meritocracy, innovation suffers. The code line layoff may have been motivated by internal power plays, but the signal sent to the tech world is one of caution. The best talent will migrate to environments where their contributions are respected and where creativity is prioritized over arbitrary performance metrics. For the audience, this final section underscores the long-term implications. Beyond the individual stories, the Meta case illustrates the fragility of corporate innovation when internal politics dominate, and serves as warning for other organizations seeking to balance growth, research excellence, and team cohesion.